Welcome, my name's James Heidema. The question today, what's the difference between getting references and being referable? Okay, the question is, references or being referable? Our goal should be to become referable, to be known as the individual who does make a difference in people's lives. You know, there's a very successful man in the business in Canada who I really respect and regard. And he said there's 4 things that you should do that enhance your reputation. The first thing is you say, please, on a regular basis. Please, will you listen to me? Please, will you meet with me? Please, will you allow me to gather information? Please, will you take action and buy these products? Please, will you lead me to others who I can help? Thank you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for taking time. Thank you for participating. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for purchasing this. Thank you for becoming a client. Thank you for taking care of your family. Thank you for leading to others that I can help. So first, please. Second, thank you. Third, keep your promises. Whatever you promise to do for your customer, keep that promise. If you've promised to call back, call back. If you've promised to give more information, give more information. If you promise to keep them advised of where they are in the process, then do that. And the third thing, be on time. Regardless of your life, if you make a commitment to do something with someone, be there when you're supposed to be there. Because if you're not there, you're giving them a very clear message that your life is far more important than their life. They will forgive you once or twice if you're late for an appointment with them. But after a while, they begin to lose faith in you, and therefore the trust begins to disappear. So again, those 4 things begin to sort of build your reputation towards becoming referable. You're very courteous, please and thank you. You keep your promises, and you're always on time. I know it sounds really simple. It seems simple, but it's surprising the number of people that don't do that. The other thing is you've got to bring into your vocabulary a statement, the one that's over my shoulder, called making a difference. We do make a difference in people's lives. You know, when we sit down with people and we take them through a process and they take action, we are putting them on the pathway towards a more improved life, greater choices, greater dignity. You know, with our help, they overcome inertia and they get out there and they start moving towards their desired situation. They begin to sort of accumulate capital. They protect themselves and their families along the way. And there's no one else that really does that. And that's why I think this is such a good profession and a noble profession, because when the worst things happen, we're the only one that delivers good news. When the best things happen, we continue to deliver good news. And so making the difference is really important. Now, how do we bring that into our conversation? Well, at the end of your second appointment, when you've asked them to take action, regardless of whether they take action or they don't take action, this is when you talk about the difference you've made. Excuse me a second. So how do you do that? This is what I do. I want to know what people feel about the process, not what they think about the process. What do they feel about the process? How have they felt about how I have behaved? How do they feel about the process that I've walked through with them? Have I listened to them? Have I treated them with respect? Have I answered their questions? Do they feel they're moving forward? Do they feel that they're on the pathway towards making a difference in their own lives? So I ask them that first. I want to get their feedback on what they felt about what has just happened. The first couple of appointments we've had together, the phone call, how do they feel about that? Okay? And on those feelings, or on that situation, what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about how we can make a difference in the people they care about, make a difference in their lives. So I will ask them then, I said, well, I need your help. I need your help to find other people just like you, who you and I can make a difference in their lives. So I'd like you to think about the first 6 people that come to mind. And I don't want you to think about whether they have something or they need something. I want you to think, would they benefit from the process? Would it make a difference in their lives? That's the gift that you can give to them through me. So I would allow them, and I said, give you a few moments to think about that. And then I would say to them, tell me their first names, just their first names. And then why them? Why do you want to make a difference in their lives? And they'll say things like, well, they've just got a new job, they've just got married, they just had a child, whatever. There's some situation that they think there would be benefit that I can help with. And so that's how we become referable. We become referable when we act differently. You know, there's a truth that I believe in, which is successful people behave differently, not similarly. So how do we behave differently? Well, we get in touch with a person, because as I've said in previous videos, is that this is an intangible product we sell. They can't get their hands around it until sometime in the future. Life insurance, they'll never get their hands around it. They'll never see the benefit of that. Critical illness and accident, maybe they will at some point if it happens. For investments and savings, it'll take a long time before they accumulate money that becomes meaningful and allows them to take care of those things they want to take care of. And so, again, we do make a difference. And this is really, really important you put this in your head. And to be referable is to make sure you behave differently. Be extremely courteous, keep your promises, be on time, and make sure that you always check with the customer, are they walking with you? You know, it's surprising number of times I've been in sales appointments where the customer stops walking. I can think of a case one time where I sat down with this gentleman and I took him through the process, and obviously he wasn't there. By his behaviors, he was very unsettled. And so what did I do? I stopped the process. And I always stop the process. When I see in their behaviors, I'm a behavioralist, so I watch people's behaviors. If I see the customer's not walking with me, I stop. There's no point continuing. And I stop and I said to this gentleman, I said, excuse me, what's going on, John? You're obviously not part of the process. And he said, well, I had an argument with my wife this morning and I'm still playing it over and over in my mind. And I said, well, okay, then what we need to do is we have a choice. There's two choices. Certainly, we're not going to continue the process. What we're going to do is either we're going to set another time when you're in a better frame of mind and you're able to sort of digest what I'm sharing with you, or we can go for a coffee and talk it out. And I'm a good listener. So he said, let's go for a coffee. So we did go for a coffee, and he told me about it, and we arrived at a solution of what he may do. And then he came back at a subsequent time, and he became a customer. But if I had continued just blah, 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 walking through my appointment and saying all the things I said, there's no way he would have bought from me. There's no way I would have been able to help him because he wasn't in a frame of mind to take it. So I'm very careful to watch people in the process to make sure they're walking with me. And I strive very hard. Far too often the salesperson runs ahead. Far too often they're so busy trying to get the information out. What they do is they just share too much and it overwhelms the customer. And of course they say at the end of it, well, that's very interesting, but I need to think about it. And that's sort of the nail in the coffin. You know nothing's going to happen. They leave your appointment with the best intentions to think about it, but life overwhelms them and it doesn't get thought about, and you call back and they say, no, no, I'm not prepared to move forward. So what I do is if I find the customer isn't part of the process, I stop and ask them and invite them back into the process. And often there's a burning question or something they're unsettled about, and I'll just ask them about that, and hopefully I can dig deep enough to find out what it is that's the obstacle in the process, and they'll respond, and then we move forward. So again, references versus referable. If you become referable, if you behave in the way I'm suggesting to you, if you make the difference that you should be making, you won't have any difficulty getting references, which, as I said, are the best sources of future customers. So, thank you very much for spending time today, and I encourage you to subscribe, to share, to like, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.